In the vast, sun-drenched plains of the Serengeti Reserve, where the golden grass sways like a restless sea, a heart-pounding crisis is unfolding. Amid the gentle hum of the wild, a young lion cub, its playful roars silenced by sudden fear, finds itself separated from its mother. With danger lurking behind every rustle and the shadows concealing predators, every moment becomes a desperate struggle for survival. As the lion cub's plaintive growls mingle with the eerie whispers of the wind, tension mounts, and fate hangs in the balance. Witness the pulse of nature as one man's courage races against time to reunite a lost soul with its family, in a gripping tale where every heartbeat tells a story of hope, resilience, and the relentless will to live. In the soft glow of dawn at the expansive Masai Mara Reserve in Kenya, the golden grasslands stirred with life. Amid the gentle hum of nature, a playful roar echoed softly as Keto, a young lion cub, frolicked among fluttering butterflies and dancing sunbeams. His innocent eyes sparkled with wonder as he chased a particularly bright butterfly, his small paws kicking up delicate tufts of dry grass. Nearby, his mother, Zuri, a graceful lioness known for her protective nature, watched over him from a distance, ensuring he remained within her vigilant gaze. For a time, all was peaceful. Keto's days were filled with carefree adventures, an exploration of every hidden corner of the savannah, the thrill of a chase, and the simple joy of play. Yet, in the vastness of the Mara, where danger often lurked in the shadows of acacia trees, even the safest moments could swiftly turn perilous. As Keto's playful chase led him further away from his mother, an unsettling feeling began to creep into his heart. When he finally stopped and looked around, Zuri was nowhere to be seen. Panic replaced his initial excitement. The once familiar scent of his mother had vanished, leaving behind only the uncertain rustle of the wind through the tall grass. Keto's small growls of distress were swallowed by the vastness of the reserve. Determined to find his mother, he began to wander, his every step laced with trepidation. The carefree world he had known suddenly seemed vast and intimidating, every shadow a potential threat. As the minutes turned into tense moments, a chilling presence began to emerge. Out of the distance, 3 silhouettes materialized, moving stealthily through the grass. They were hyenas, opportunistic predators known for their cunning and ferocity, circling with calculated malice. Their eyes glinted with hunger and mischief as they closed in on the vulnerable cub. The sound of their low, menacing growls filled the air, sending shivers down Keto's spine. In that heart-stopping instant, the innocent play turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Just when hope seemed to wane, a reassuring sound cut through the rising tension, a vehicle engine humming steadily in the background. A sturdy, well-worn jeep rolled to a stop nearby, and from it emerged Jabari, a seasoned reserve ranger whose reputation for bravery and kindness was well known among the local wildlife community. Jabari had dedicated years to protecting the treasures of the Mara, and upon recognizing the distress in Keto's eyes, he knew he couldn't stand idly by. Without wasting a moment, Jabari quickly grabbed a long, sturdy stick and a can of pepper spray from his vehicle. With his heart pounding and nerves steeled, he approached the scene with a mixture of caution and resolve. The hyenas, sensing the shift in the balance of power, paused momentarily, their predatory focus wavering as Jabari's presence grew more formidable. In that charged moment, as tension filled the air and the fate of a young lion hung in the balance, the savannah bore witness to the courageous intervention of a man determined to protect life in all its wild glory. With Jabari's commanding presence, the tense standoff shifted. The hyenas, startled by the resolute ranger, hesitated as their predatory gaze wavered. Jabari's firm, steady voice rang out across the savannah, "Back off, now." His words, laced with both authority and genuine concern, carried over the rustling grass. The hyenas, unsure of this unexpected threat, slowly began to retreat, their menacing growls fading into the distance. Keto, still trembling from fear, watched as Jabari approached with deliberate caution. With each step, the cub's eyes widened from terror to a glimmer of hope. Jabari knelt down to Keto's level, extending his hand slowly. "It's okay, little one," he murmured softly. The lion cub, sensing that this man meant no harm, edged closer, its tiny growls softening into a tentative purr. Jabari scooped Keto into his arms with gentle care, cradling the frightened cub as if it were the most precious treasure. He glanced up at the retreating silhouettes of the hyenas, ensuring they had vanished completely before he carefully guided Keto back to his waiting jeep. The vehicle's interior, though humble, had been prepared as a temporary sanctuary, lined with soft blankets and a small feeding bowl. It offered warmth and a semblance of security in the vast wilderness. As the jeep rumbled along the rugged dirt road towards the reserve's central base, Jabari's mind raced with concern for the cub's well-being. He knew that Keto's separation from his mother, Zara, wasn't merely a momentary lapse in vigilance but could indicate a deeper crisis in the pride. With every bump on the road and every whisper of whine through the trees, Jabari silently vowed to reunite the cub with its family. His years of dedication had taught him that every animal in the wild depended on the strength of its herd, and a lost cub was a tragedy that reverberated far beyond its individual pain. Arriving at the reserve base, Jabari immediately contacted the wildlife management team. Using his handheld radio, he relayed the details of the encounter, how Keto had strayed, the approach of the hyenas, and his courageous intervention. The team quickly mobilized a search party to locate Zara, aware that time was critical. While the experienced trackers set off into the sprawling grasslands, Jabari stayed behind with Keto, offering him nourishment in soothing words. He gently dabbed the cub's face with a soft cloth and whispered, "We're going to find your mom. You're safe with me." As the sun climbed higher, casting long shadows over the golden plains, the reserve's tracking team returned with promising news. They had spotted Zara in the distance near a watering hole. Jabari's heart swelled with relief and determination. He knew that reuniting Keto with his mother was not only vital for the cub's survival but also for restoring the natural balance of the pride. Under the scorching African sun, the reserve's tracking team led Jabari and young Keto toward a shimmering watering hole on the outskirts of the savannah. Every step on the golden grasslands carried an undercurrent of anticipation. As they approached, the distant silhouette of a lioness emerged, a figure both regal and weary. It was Zara, the mother lion, her presence unmistakable even from afar. Jabari's heart pounded with both relief and determination. He gently reassured Keto, "We're almost there, little one. Your family is waiting." The lion cub, still clutching the remnants of fear from his earlier ordeal, perked up as the excitement in Jabari's tone grew. The tracking team had spotted Zara near the water, and every second now was crucial. Drawing closer, the team observed Zara's cautious behavior. Her eyes, filled with both concern and quiet strength, scanned the horizon. The tension in the air was palpable as Keto's anxious calls reached her ears. In that instant, Zara's posture shifted, a mix of alertness and maternal instinct took over. With a graceful yet urgent stride, she began to move toward the approaching figures. When Zara finally reached the clearing, the atmosphere transformed into one of silent, expectant awe. Keto, seeing the familiar form of his mother, hesitated for a heartbeat before his instinct took over. In a burst of raw emotion, the cub bounded forward. His small frame dashed through the tall grass, and in a moment that felt both eternal and fleeting, he leaped into Zara's welcoming embrace. The lioness, normally so fierce in the wild, exuded tenderness as she nuzzled her lost cub. Their reunion was a silent symphony of relief, a language spoken in soft growls, gentle licks, and the closeness of bodies finally reunited. Jabari watched with a mix of joy and quiet satisfaction as Zara circled Keto, her eyes reflecting both the hardships they had faced and the promise of a new beginning. The lion cub's initial wariness melted away in the warmth of his mother's presence, replaced by a deep sense of belonging. For a moment, the vast Serengeti seemed to hold its breath, witnessing a pure moment of familial reunion that defied the harsh realities of the wild. The tracking team and Jabari stood aside respectfully, knowing that this reunion was not just a rescue, but a vital restoration of natural order. The sight of Zara and Keto, so tenderly united, underscored the delicate balance of life in the wilderness, a balance that could be shattered by cruelty yet restored by compassion. In that radiant clearing, where the sun cast long, dramatic shadows on the earth, nature revealed its capacity for healing even amidst lingering threats. As Zara led her cub back toward the watering hole, the echo of their reunion resonated across the plains. Jabari felt a renewed sense of purpose and an unspoken promise to protect the fragile lives that thrived in the wild. He knew that each successful reunion was a victory against the encroaching forces of human interference, a testament to the resilience of the natural world. In the quiet aftermath of the heartfelt reunion, the Serengeti seemed to breathe a renewed sense of life. As Zara and her cub slowly moved towards the watering hole, their graceful silhouettes against the vast, golden plains symbolized hope reborn. Kasim, still standing a few meters away, watched intently with mixed feelings of relief and quiet determination. This was more than just a reunion, it was a turning point in the wild, a reminder that even in the harshest landscapes, bonds could be mended and the circle of life restored. For Kasim, this moment marked the beginning of a new chapter. With the threat of the hyenas and other dangers temporarily averted, he knew his duty extended beyond that single rescue. He retrieved his well-worn notebook from his pocket, his hands trembling slightly as he began to record every detail of the day's events. Each word he wrote was a testament to the fragile beauty of nature, an urgent plea for vigilance in protecting these wild souls. The air was filled with the sounds of the reserve coming to life, the distant calls of birds, the soft murmur of the wind rustling through the tall grass, and the gentle splashing of water at the edge of the watering hole. Kasim could almost hear the heartbeat of the Serengeti echoing through the landscape. It was as if the land itself was whispering a promise, that every life saved was a victory against the creeping tide of human exploitation and neglect. Determined to ensure that such tragedies would never repeat, Kasim vowed to intensify his patrols. He planned to collaborate even more closely with the reserve's management and local authorities, sharing his detailed accounts to help tighten protections around these majestic creatures. The day's events had awakened in him a deeper resolve, a commitment not just to rescue, but to nurture a legacy of respect and preservation for the wild. As he slowly walked back to his jeep, Kasim couldn't help but glance over his shoulder. The sight of Zara gently nuzzling her cub, their bond now visibly unbroken, filled him with both pride and a hint of melancholy. He knew that while nature was resilient, its balance was always precarious. Every rescued life was a delicate thread in the vast tapestry of the wild, and it was up to him and his colleagues to keep that tapestry intact. Later, as the sun began its descent behind the acacia trees, casting long, golden shadows over the Mara, Kasim sat in his jeep, reflecting on the day. His heart was heavy with responsibility, yet buoyed by the beauty of what had unfolded before him. The sight of that reunion, a powerful blend of raw instinct and tender love, had rekindled his passion for conservation. It reminded him that sometimes, even a single act of compassion could echo across the savannah, inspiring others to join in the fight to protect these irreplaceable treasures of nature. As our journey fades into the gentle embrace of nature, let this story remind us that even in our darkest hours, the wild offers boundless hope and unconditional love. Every sunrise and whisper of wind carries messages of resilience and renewal, urging us to cherish life's unpredictable beauty. In the heart of the savannah, where survival is a constant battle, we witness that compassion and courage can bridge even the widest divides. The reunion of a lost lion cub with its mother stands as a testament to the healing power of love. It mends hearts, heals wounds, and restores balance. Every act of kindness echoes throughout nature, inspiring us to protect and nurture the world around us. This isn't just a story of survival, it's a celebration of the profound bond between humanity and the natural world, a bond that empowers us to rise above challenges and unite in preserving our planet's beauty. Thank you for joining us on this heartfelt journey. If this story has touched your heart, please consider sharing it with others. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories that celebrate nature's resilience. What does the wild's enduring message of love inspire you to do in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below,